This tiny 1-cent coin might look completely ordinary at first glance. You've probably seen hundreds of coins like this pass through your hands without giving them a second thought. But what if one of those coins could actually be worth more than just 1 cent? What if something sitting quietly in your pocket right now has a story, a history, and maybe even a surprising value in today's auction market? Take a closer look at the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This was not a regular issue year. In fact, 2009 was one of the most special years in the history of U.S. coinage. It marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. To celebrate this historic milestone, the United States Mint released 4 completely different reverse designs, each representing a different chapter of Lincoln's life. Now imagine that. Instead of one design for the entire year, collectors got 4 unique designs. That alone made these coins instantly collectible. But among those 4, one design stands out for many collectors, the presidency design. On the reverse side of this coin, you'll see Abraham Lincoln standing proudly in front of the U.S. Capitol building. If you look closely, the dome of the Capitol is not fully completed, symbolizing the time during Lincoln's presidency when the nation was still under construction in many ways. Politically, socially, and physically. Flip the coin to the front and you'll see the familiar portrait of Lincoln, along with the year 2009. Now here's the key detail. Just below the year, you'll notice a small D mint mark. That D tells you this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. And this is where many people start asking the big question, how much is it actually worth? Let's be completely honest and realistic here. If your 2009 D Lincoln penny is in circulated fine condition, meaning it has been used in daily transactions and shows visible wear, then its value in today's market is usually very close to its face value. In most cases, these coins sell for around 0.001 to about $1 or $2 at most, depending on how clear the details are and how attractive the coin looks overall. You might see some sellers asking for higher prices online, but asking price and actual sold price are 2 very different things. So if you were hoping that every 2009 penny is worth hundreds of dollars, that's simply not the case. But don't lose interest yet, because this is where things start to get interesting. Not all 2009 D pennies are equal. The real difference in value comes from condition, rarity, and unique features. Let's talk about condition first. Coins are graded on a scale that goes from very worn to completely perfect. A circulated fine condition coin usually has moderate wear. Lincoln's hair details might be softer, the lines on the Capitol building might not be sharp, and the overall surface might show signs of use. Because millions of these coins were produced and circulated, most of them fall into this category, which keeps their value low. But when you move into higher grades, coins that were never circulated, the story changes completely. An uncirculated 2009 D Lincoln penny, especially one with strong luster and sharp details, can be worth significantly more. And if that coin is graded professionally at a very high level, its value can jump dramatically. Now let's talk about something that collectors love: errors. Mint errors are one of the biggest reasons a common coin suddenly becomes valuable. These errors happen during the production process, and they create something unique. For example, you might find doubling in the letters, where the text appears slightly duplicated. You might see an off-center strike where the design is not properly aligned, or there could be unusual marks, missing elements, or die cracks. These types of errors can increase the value of a 2009 D penny from just a few cents to $20, $50, or even over $100 depending on how rare and noticeable the error is. That's why it's always important to examine your coin carefully. Don't just glance at it, study it. Look at the words "In God We Trust." Check the date and the mint mark. Observe Lincoln's portrait and the background details. Even a small difference can make a big impact on value. Now let's talk about mintage. The Denver Mint produced a large number of 2009 pennies, which is one of the reasons they are still commonly found today. High mintage usually means lower value, especially for circulated coins. However, because this was a one-year-only design series, collectors still have strong interest in these coins. That demand helps maintain their popularity, even if the value isn't extremely high for lower-grade examples. Here's something important you need to understand if you're serious about coins. Value is not just about age. Many people assume that older coins are automatically more valuable, but that's not always true. A coin's worth depends on how rare it is, what condition it's in, and how many collectors are looking for it. That's why a modern coin like the 2009 Lincoln cent can sometimes be worth more than much older coins. but only in the right condition or with special features. Now imagine this scenario. You're going through your old coins at home. You find a 2009 D penny. At first it doesn't seem special, but then you notice that it looks cleaner than most coins. The details are sharp. The surface still has a bit of shine. That's when you realize this might not be just a regular circulated coin. If your coin is in better condition than average, or if it shows any unusual features, it's always worth taking a closer look or even getting a second opinion. But again, let's stay grounded. If your coin is clearly circulated and shows wear, its value will most likely stay in the range of face value up to a couple of dollars. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because collecting coins is not just about making money. It's about history, curiosity, and discovery. This coin represents a moment in time when the US Mint decided to do something different. It tells a story about Abraham Lincoln's life and legacy. It connects you to a piece of American history that you can actually hold in your hand. And sometimes that's more valuable than the price tag. Now here's a very important tip that many beginners don't know. Never clean your coins. Even if your coin looks dull or dirty, cleaning it can actually reduce its value. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they show signs of age. Cleaning can create scratches or remove the natural surface, which makes the coin less desirable in the market. If you believe your coin might be valuable, consider having it graded by a professional service. A proper grade can help you understand its true worth and make it easier to sell if you decide to do so. When it comes to selling, the market can vary. Online auction platforms are one of the most common places where coins are bought and sold. Prices depend on demand, timing, and how many buyers are interested in your specific coin. That's why it's always smart to check completed sales rather than just looking at listings. Now let's bring everything together. A 2009 D Lincoln 1 cent coin in circulated fine condition is usually worth between 1 cent and about $2 in today's auction market. Higher values are only possible if the coin is uncirculated, professionally graded, or has a rare mint error. So the next time you come across a penny, don't ignore it. Take a moment to look at it carefully, because even though most of them are common, every now and then you might find something special. And that's what makes coin collecting exciting. If you enjoy learning about rare coins and their real values, make sure you stay connected and keep exploring. And if you have a 2009 penny, take it out right now, check the mint mark, and see what you've got. Because you never know, that small coin in your hand might be more interesting than you think.